to you by Alive, the nation's newest and best LTE network.
Good to be alive.
Welcome to our news and thanks for joining us. I'm Kyle Joachim. Topping news tonight, Progressive Liberal Party supporters gathered last night in House Speaker Housen Moutri's Nassau Village constituency, where they labeled him a coward, buffoon, bully and a disgrace for his attack on suspended opposition members of parliament. PLP Deputy Leader Chester Cooper says following Moultrie's silly, self-indulgent and unparliamentary communication which saw him ramble on and lurch about the place for about 40 minutes, it is clear the new speaker is not fit to lead. Georgia Bain reports.
Following a heated week between the Progressive Liberal Party and the Free National Movement, those party supporters turned out here to the Nassau Village Park to show their support. The Nassau Village Park was under heavy police guard as suspended opposition members of parliament took to the stage at a rally in House Speaker Housen Moutri's constituency. PLP Deputy Leader Chester Cooper called the House sitting a travesty, telling party supporters that he was disgusted and confused by the House Speaker's 40-minute rant, which included an attack on party leader Philip Davis's marriage. The Exuma and Ragged Island MP said last night he intends to move a motion of no confidence in the Speaker at the next available opportunity.
Mr. Speaker, you've crossed the line. He has lost the capacity to be fair and impartial. He is a danger to democracy. He has lost the moral authority to hold his high office. He must resign and allow one of them fellas on the back bench to take the chair. He must resign or be fired. And I also want the Speaker to know that because of his cowardly, unparliamentary comments, I will be happy if my leader says so, to move a motion of no confidence in the Speaker as soon as the next opportunity presents itself.
Cooper, who was also suspended along with Philip Davis and Picewell Forbes after they walked out of the lower chamber, advised Housen Moutri to expect him on Monday.
When I read the script of the Speaker, I was disgusted and confused that someone sat and wrote this, and they went to bed, and they woke up, they slept on it, and they delivered it anyhow. So, Mr. Speaker, I know you're watching. I come in to work on Monday. As sure as Monday follow Sunday, I gonna see you to work on Monday.
Meanwhile, Davis labeled Housen Moutri as spineless and demanded an apology for the personal jabs he took at the party members and retired Chief Clerk Maurice Tynes. Davis declared that democracy is dead in the House.
I want Speaker Moultrie to know that my wife is very, very, very dear to me. However, she is not signed up for politics, and she cannot defend herself. She though, is joined by this brave Cat Island man who is not afraid to face a bully or a bullying buffoon.
Moultrie took jabs at Davis's wife when he said from the chair that he is married to a Bahamian woman whom he has never had to divorce. The former Deputy Prime Minister made it clear that he is a man who will defend his family to no end.
I am constrained by this public platform to say what I really want to say. But I'll tell that buffoon sitting in the chair as Speaker, your incompetence, your stupidity, your ineptitude, and unchristian aspersions against my dear wife has placed a division between our two houses.
Also addressing the crowd was party chairman Senator Fred Mitchell, who said he will not relent and he will seek redress for the Speaker's cowardly and unparliamentary comments.
When I saw the script and he said MOU and then put MIT, I said, I bet you the typist mistyped. She actually meant to put MIN. You figured that one out. It is a libel of the grossest kind. You are an indecent and unethical man. You are a coward, a fool, a filthy rat. Mr. Leader, when I joined your team because I believe you are a serious man. I don't suffer fools gladly, nor do I seek to compete with jackasses.
Anna Martin also cried shame on the Speaker of the House and Michael MP, Miriam Emanuel, who was ripped to shreds on social media following a controversial comment which seemed to suggest that it was okay for a husband to manhandle his wife in certain circumstances. Anna Martin also slammed those MPs who sat down silently instead of condemning such statements.
We heard the MP for Michael, who seemed to endorse physical brutality towards women and used this as an analogy of how I should be dealt with by the Speaker in Parliament. But the absolute most disgraceful display in the Parliament was that of the Prime Minister, who was the final Speaker, who condoned and endorsed every perverse action we had the misfortune to witness in our House of Assembly.
Reporting for our News, I'm Georgia Bain.
For the third time in 5 days, the Ronnie Jean Charles case was adjourned. Today's adjournment came after his lawyers and the Attorney General's office could not come to an agreement in their bid to fast-track the matter to the Court of Appeal. The contentious point centered on the Bahamas-born man's right to apply for status pending an appeal. Jasmine Brown was in court and filed this report.
Supreme Court Justice Gregory Hilton was expected to decide today whether to stay his judgment regarding the Jean Charles matter. The Bahamas-born man is at the center of a controversial immigration case. Yesterday, attorneys on both sides asked Hilton for more time to come to an agreement in fast-tracking the high-profile case to the Court of Appeal. But the proceedings came to a screeching halt as attorney for the AG's office, Lauren Klein, was outlining the agreement in court today. Klein said the terms included the fact that Jean Charles could not be arrested, charged, detained, or deported pending an appeal. Neither could he set a hearing for the assessment of costs and damages. While Smith did not object to the first two terms, he strongly objected to the third that stated his client could not apply for status pending the appeal. With it becoming more than apparent that an agreement could not be met, Justice Hilton adjourned the matter. Outside court, Attorney General Carl Bethel, who was in court, said he had hoped an agreement could have been reached.
Whatever the impediment that occurred today was, I'm sure we'll find a way to get over that on Monday so that we can cease bothering Justice Hilton and get before the Court of Appeal where we can get an authoritative determination of these issues.
But Smith had a much different opinion, insisting the Supreme Court has more than enough jurisdiction to hear the matter. He added that he simply could not agree to a term blocking his client from applying for status, a move he says they plan on making in a matter of weeks.
When Jean Roney applies for citizenship, as he will do within the next few weeks, on what possible rational basis can the government of the Bahamas refuse him? Because he's black? Because he's poor? Because his parents were born in Haiti? I mean, a person born in the Bahamas to parents that may have come here illegally isn't born, like the Catholics say, with some kind of original sin.
It's not the first or second time the matter has been delayed. It was put off on Monday after Klein filed amended documents to have the judge stay his original ruling, which prompted Smith to petition the court for time to consider the new documents. He also argued for Jean Charles's provisional release, which was granted. The Bahamas-born man was detained last September and deported to Haiti last November. Jean Charles and his legal team are expected back in court on Monday afternoon. Reporting for our News, I'm Jasmine Brown.
Authorities have apprehended 28 illegal Haitian nationals whose wooden sloop sailed into waters of southern New Providence around 4 this morning. Police say they were patrolling the Marshall Road area early this morning when they came across 3 illegal Haitian nationals. Officers alerted the Royal Bahamas Defense Force, which combed the area and located the wooden sloop. A search of the vessel resulted in the apprehension of 25 more undocumented Haitians. They're believed to be a part of a large group of illegal migrants. Immigration officials say their search will continue. Well, Financial Services Minister Brent Stimanet defending his parliamentary colleague, Michael MP Miriam Emanuel, amid backlash over her comments regarding a husband hitting his wife. Emanuel, while commending the House Speaker for suspending Engliston MP Glenys Hannah Martin, said if a woman wants to come up in her husband's face and behave like she is a man, then she would get manhandled. Emanuel also said her father told his 10 daughters that if their husband shook them, slapped them, or punched them in the mouth, he would analyze what caused their husband to take such action. Simonette said it's different when you're the one standing in Parliament.
I think she's made a statement today. I haven't heard it, and I think that clears the matter up. You know, it's very easy for persons outside to make comment, but when you're on your feet, sometimes you think you're saying the right thing, it may be taken the wrong way.
Following severe backlash, Emanuel apologized and said her words were misunderstood. However, the Bahamas Crisis Center has called her resignation. Simonette said he doesn't think it should go that far. Well, after reviewing a proposed draft bill which seeks to criminalize marital rape, Pastor Mario Moxie of Bahamas Harvest Church says while he is very open to the document presented to civil and religious groups for feedback, he believes it must be scrutinized to ensure a marital rape law is not abused by vindictive women.
For us to say that it will not happen, that women will not falsely accuse men, is a major leap that I'm not prepared to take. Men are sometimes not in touch with the realities of their relationship. And because of that, they're extremely unaware of, to the extent that any woman would go to get out of the relationship and at the same time be very vindictive. I'm not saying that, you know, that will happen in droves, but the possibility of that exists, and we have to be aware of that. So the actual legislation, the draft that the Attorney General has prepared, is one that I think needs to be scrutinized to ensure that this particular law is not abused.
Yeah. Government has drafted a new amendment to the Sexual Offences Act to provide for aggravated spousal sexual abuse. Moxie, who was a guest on our TV talk show On the Record with host Jerome Sawyer, says he was encouraged to hear the AG discuss corroborative evidence. However, Vice President of the Bahamas Christian Council, Archdeacon James Palacios, asserted that fear of the law being abused should not deter officials from doing what's right.
The presence of this law ought to embolden women who feel as if they have been aggrieved, and for men who believe that they have this right or privilege that is irrevocable, they might want to think twice.
And I agree with you, but that's not the reality. And we have to ask ourselves, why isn't that the reality?
Well, the fact that a law could be abused should not negate the necessity to have it enacted. It is there two-pronged, preventative and, of course, curative if somebody violates it.
Deputy Director of the Bahamas Crisis Center, Donna Nichols, also dismissed the notion that such a law would inspire droves of vindictive women to come forward. She also warned against victim shaming.
The idea of these droves of wicked women coming forward to accuse their husbands is false, because there are so many other structural barriers that will prevent, and it does now, and will still prevent women from coming forward. So that whole notion, which is all we put is use that as a chink in the wheel, all that is doing is saying to the perpetrators, we got your back, you don't have to worry about that. You know, we're going to protect you. Them victim women, we're going to protect you. No, we're not going to do this law.
The Ingram administration introduced a marital rape law in 2009, but controversy eventually led the government shelving the bill. Palacios, who supported the bill back then, says he believes Bahamians' views on the matter have evolved since then. As the government takes another stab at it, Moxie said the draft should also look at measures to protect victims of marital rape who are afraid to come forward because they may lose financial support. Well, Fit February continues tonight with Donovan J. Roll of J Fitness. We put on quite a workout today on Goodman's Bay Beach. Here's how it went.
Oh, but there you go. Fill us up with sun. Let's get started. Let's go, bro. Make it happen.
And that was how it started. No, hey Kyle, how's it going? Straight to work.
So there you go for sun.
You on the beach, bro.
You give me a summer?
Yeah, too much talking right now, bro. We just can get you Spartan ready, right? So all we can do, we can walk around and hang around for a bit. Ain't nothing strenuous, no running, no nothing. We just relaxing today because we're on the beautiful beach.
Sure, Jay, sure. Our first workout, kind of a warm-up.
Nice.
Yeah. Good job. Let's walk. Bucket carry.
I have to carry the bucket.
The bucket ain't gonna carry itself, bro. No. Hold the bucket. Hold that bucket. Love that bucket. No, sir. You don't get into the pump. Put this down. This here for me to take it up the car. This is how you carry it. You don't get into no pump. Boom, hug it, man. Hug it. Love this. Love this. Now you pick it up, bro. Whoa. That's it. Just walk. Easy, right?
Yeah, man.
Easy work. Let's go. Come on, finish it. Come, you gotta finish. Finish it. Finish it. Way to go. End it now. Give me 10 and end it. 10 and end it. 10 and end it. 10 and end it. 10. Touch your face. Let's go. Chocolate.
Thunder.
Chocolate.
Thunder.
Chocolate.
Thunder.
Chocolate. Say it with your chest, son. Let's go. Aru. Let's go. Now don't count. We got 11 now. Let's go. Make it happen. 1.
Then we were on to some leg raises, and just like he said, he had to hang.
There you go. Hold it. There you go. That's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job.
We did 4 sets of that, and they weren't easy. Our next workout didn't pan out so well, given my shoulders were kind of shot.
Stand here. Let go and hold on.
Boy, nothing in here. Yeah.
So we moved on.
2, way to go. Last one, partner. Way to go.
4 sets of 10 for this.
We worked everything today, bro. And the movements we did was making sure you got a total body workout. From your fingers to your toes. You know what I mean? We even got your mind right. Cause you had
Literally from the fingers.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
We got to get everything together because to be Spartan Fit, you have to be ready to engage all the muscles of your body.
Speaking of Spartan, how close am I to being Spartan Fit?
You Spartan Fit-ish. But you have the heart and the mind of a Spartan. You know what I mean? Like we and J Fitness say, get your mind right. Because you don't get your mind right, nothing could happen, bro.
And a special happy birthday to Jay's wife, Kim. When our news comes back from the break, the transport minister addresses concerns by protesting taxi drivers. Stay tuned.